Friends, my name's host Derek, and I'm here to say rock and roll. I was starting this train when I wondered, I wonder if Acacia ever left Los Angeles. If she just got stuck in SE Polar waiting to go. If she ever actually made it to Arizona. Hard to say. SE Polar be tricky like that. So I got up a little while ago and I tried to go back to bed, but it was all to no avail. I was just awake, obviously not going back to sleep anytime soon. I wasn't that into watching anime right now. It wasn't moving me, you know. I watched Quiz Lady again last night with Rachel. She wanted to see it. And during the boring part of the football day, after it was clear that Georgia was going to stomp Ole Miss, and that was really the only interesting game on at that time, I said, well, okay, let's rewatch it. She wanted to watch it too, you know. Unbelievably good. I mean, the thing is, I am not watch a movie for a second time guy. Okay. Generally speaking, once I watch a feature film, that's it. I'm done watching it. You know, I watched it once. That's all I need to watch it. But I do not regret rewatching Quiz Lady at all. Absolutely phenomenal film. Like super moving and super funny and just fantastic. And I really like the very downplayed or like not overplayed character Will Ferrell plays. He's the game show host. He's Alex Trebek, you know, in this movie. So the lady that I thought was Sandra Ho in that movie is actually named, of all things, Aquafina. Aquafina? What a strange name. It's kind of like Neutrogena. She's a great actress, though. She does a great job playing an ISTJ in that film. And Sandra Ho, she plays her older sister. An ESFP who talks about like manifesting shit and stuff. Classic ESFP character. No, I just never knew what that girl's name was. I'm sure somebody told me before her name was Aquafina, and it just didn't register because that's not a name, you know? Sandra Ho is also in the movie, but she plays the older sister. Anyway, I consistently liked Aquafina in everything I've seen her in, but I haven't liked everything I've seen her in. Like, she was in this Ching Chong and the Five Rings of Mystery or something. This, like, Asian American Marvel movie that I saw. Oh my God, it was a terrible movie. But she was good in it. It's not called Ching Chong and the Five Rings of Mystery arc. It's called something else. Yesterday, I also watched a movie starring Ben Affleck in it called The Accountant, which was very exciting. Lots of action and shooting of things and stuff. All right, that was my last full-size cigarette. I do have an assortment of various sizes of butts around. It'll last me a little while longer, but Rachel is going to be in for a rude awakening this morning. I'll tell you why. Because my bank card is getting replaced. So I don't have my debit/ATM card right now. I'm waiting for it to come in the mail. But it's Veterans Day weekend, of course, so. Oh yeah, that was way better than Gone Girl. Gone Girl was good. A little disturbing. Like, I wouldn't want to watch Gone Girl again because it was so like dark. But The Accountant was very exciting. I thought Ben Affleck did actually an excellent job, even though no autistic person ever actually acted that way. But and I thought the girl that they got to be in it was a good love interest for him. But yeah, I love like shoot 'em up action movies. Yes, I need to go to the store. Hi, Oliver Linehan. Are those Palestinian flags? How correctest of you. Yes, I have to go to the store, and I don't have any way of buying anything at the store. I do have my other debit card from my other bank account. Unfortunately, I have not checked that account, used that card, or anything in over a year. Oh, those are North Korean flags. Well, then you're a wrongist, I'm afraid, after all, Oliver. I've changed my position on you. You're no longer a correctist. Now you're a wrongist, unless you're saying this country is bad, unless that's implied before you put all those flags. I mean, it's not like Palestine's a good place either, but you know, at least they have justice on their side. You know, it would be a good international law if all international leaders had to watch Eric's International Morning Report. In which I explained to them what they should do, what they're doing wrong, why they're all fucked up, and how they need to listen to me more. But I talked to Chloe last night. She's been assigned this creative writing story. It's supposed to be like based on a news headline, but then you turn it into like a different world, like a dystopia or utopia or something like that. So, she's extrovert intuition polar. She's not going to have any ideas or anything. So I'm like, well, why don't you do it on this headline I saw the other day on Google News. I didn't read the article, but I can tell you what's in the gist of it anyway. Namely, the headline that read, "The COVID lockdowns were a grand experiment. It was a failure." Naturally, her mother is worried that the political agenda of the teacher might cause Chloe problems. So I said, well, that's easy to solve. You just write a character into the story of a teacher who's trying to deny students freedom of conscience, trying to reduce the authentic intellectual engagement of a classroom environment into propaganda. And then the teacher won't want to be that character, so she'll have no choice but to embrace what you're doing. So anyway, when I do go to the store, trouble's moving the tripod. When I do go to the store, I'm going to have to get Rachel up to go with me. Because mail didn't come yesterday. Because it was Veterans Day. Even though it was observed on Friday, the mailman didn't come yesterday. So, what does that mean? It means I have to wait till tomorrow to get my debit card. Which means when I go to buy cigarettes this morning, I'm going to need to get Rachel up to go buy them with me. Or at least get her card and her pen so I can get cash out. Oh, Acacia. It's a People's Republic, huh? Eric Esser. I don't know what that means, Ivar. Good morning, Rachel. So I was just wondering when I started streaming this morning if Acacia had ever actually left Los Angeles. Yes, I've done MDMA. Didn't last 4 days. Lasted somewhere in the order of probably 12 hours. I've only done real MDMA one time. And it was just as promised. I felt like an angel. But it also left me the next day. I'm assuming Ruben had no problem getting to Arizona. I was more worried about you, Acacia. Because like last time, two times ago I streamed. It was like this time in the morning, and Acacia was getting ready to leave Los Angeles. And then like 12 hours later, I streamed again, And she was still getting ready to leave Los Angeles. That's some SE Polar there. I'm also just a little bit curious. Acacia, were you able to solve the mystery? Did you find the clues in the right location? Oh, Ruben wasn't ready yet. Ruben? I knew it was your fault deep down. It usually is. So now that Rachel's awake, she can hear the harsh truth. The harsh truth is I only have a few cigarette butts left. And in about, yeah, I did find my glasses. They were in the pocket of this jacket the whole time. And either Rachel's gonna need to get up and go with me to get cigarettes, or she's gonna have to give me her ATM card and the PIN number. I could get cash out and get just a couple packs of cigarettes. It's fine. I don't need a bunch of cigarettes. I just need enough to last me till my card gets here tomorrow. But I'm pretty sure Boot Jack doesn't even open till 7 a.m. Okay, so I'm not gonna. I have enough cigarettes to last me. No, it's okay. Don't type the pen here, please, Rachel. Oh, you're still gumshoeing. It's more of a lifestyle. Well, that's why they call you, Acacia, a private dick. You know what you need to be a private dick? The number one thing you need? A magnifying glass. This is how you find clues. I see a fingerprint. So, there was this guy from Florida who, in my opinion, was trying to make a play on Rachel last night. She was a little confused. Why is this guy talking to me about this? Because he wants to fuck you, Rachel. That's why. But don't worry. We're not going to let him do that. Yeah, that's the answer every single time. It's not complicated. Why is this guy talking to me like this? Because he wants to fuck you. Yeah. Well, Acacia, you also need one of those pipes that goes down like this. I can't blame him for wanting to fuck Rachel. Who wouldn't want to fuck Rachel? But he cannot do so. I prohibit it. I was at the club last week, and I watched a guy flirt with my woman for like 10, 15 minutes. She's an ESFJ and she likes the attention. Did he open with "Hey girl" or "Sup"? No, it was a different guy. But that boy Klaus played it cool. He didn't beat him up. He just eventually, after the guy chatted up his girl for a bit, he's like, "Hey babe, that's enough charity week for this week. Let's roll. Let's wrap it up. I'm sure you helps his self-esteem a lot." I'm just here to ask you, I'm toxic again. You are not toxic as far as I can tell, Bufo Peregrine. You have never displayed even the slightest hint of toxicity around me. But I don't know how you are with your significant other. BPD people, for example, are very pleasant to everybody but the people they love the most, usually. But so I don't know if you're BPD. If you're not BPD, we were there with a group of friends. I was doing commentary on it. Hey, baby. um, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I am clearly not a baby. Can you not tell the difference between a full-grown woman and a baby? Well, you can tell if you have BPD, Bufo Peregrines. He wasn't lying to you. You may have fooled him. BPD people are great at that. But you can answer the question of whether or not you're BPD by answering the question of whether or not you suffered childhood abuse and how much. If you didn't really suffer childhood abuse from a parent, you're fine. You don't have BPD. You're whoever's trying to convince you you're toxic is just gaslighting you. If I were going to try to flirt, I'd go for a lot of extremely distracting things. Like, have you heard the Chinese landed on the dark side of the moon? See, girls, if you start with that, they're not going to know whether you're picking up on them or not. The dark side of the Chinese? Yes, the Chinese. They've landed on the dark side of the moon. It doesn't seem like this guy is picking up on me. That's how you fool them. Okay? If you want to pick up on a girl, you have to fool her with some razzle dazzle, just like in football. You can't just hand the ball off every time. Sometimes you got to fake hand it off and then throw a pass. Yeah, you got to confuse them. Get them talking about Chinese people on the moon, and they'll never see your wiener coming. I've watched him eat twice already. He probably wants me to let him go outside. He could, of course, go outside by himself through the cat doors, but that's not trouble. That would be too little trouble. So he doesn't want any part of that. Okay, I'll let you out. God. Is that what you want? No, you don't want that. What do you want? Or you want me to go back to bed? I'm not going back to bed right now. Maybe later. Compulsive liar is its own category of thing. It's perhaps a slightly less toxic way of being toxic than just being directly toxic. It makes other people around you feel uncomfortable. Are you gonna go with them to bed? I can say from experience that dating an INFJ is very, very different from dating an ISTP. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I've never dated an ISTP before. I've only dated one INFJ, and that ended when I married her. So I can no longer date her anymore. Now we're just married. So I don't know if you can call that a dating success story or not. Because after all, the dating came to an end. We never dated each other really at all. We went from meeting each other to going steady right away. I think it's fair to say I was going steady with Rachel before I even had sex with her. Okay, you want me to eat? Why don't you eat some more? If somebody were to say, what part of the body is trouble of pain in? The answer would clearly be the ass. Big sneezes for little Eric. So, yeah, I should start a red pill channel where I explain my confuse and bewilder women into bed technique, which I've never actually used myself, but I believe in nevertheless.
Miss Meow. Mommy will watch you eat and then she'll go to bed with you.
Are you concerned that the Large Hadron Collider may still yet rip a black hole open? That's another good opening pickup line. It's going to confuse the heck out of the girl. She's not going to know whether you're picking up on her or
not. No.
I'm sorry, what? The Large Hadron Collider? You know, in Scandinavia? The particle accelerator? Are you concerned as well that it might yet still open a black hole? Causing extinction? What do you mean, why am I asking you this? I just saw you sitting there. I thought, I wonder what that lady's opinion about this is. The INFJ thing was literally one date. It was an FE clusterfuck of disaster. But it was kind of fun once we both acknowledged it. 2 FE tool people on a date? ISFJ, INFJ? Well, it would kind of be like a conversation between Rachel and her sister, I guess. If you're dragging a hot lava butt against the rug, you might have been poisoned by a toxic person. Are you Jeff Foxworthy toxicity? Webinar. If you cause irreparable damage in the lives of the people you love, you just might be a toxic person. If you've got a broken TV on top of a working TV and you throw them both at your significant other, you just might be a toxic person. Are you taking over watching duties for me?
Yeah. And if he wants to go back to bed, I'll go to bed with him.
Amazingly, I have watched it 2 times already this far.
God, really?
But I guess I didn't give him a full watch, you know?
I hardly ever give him
A full watch. He wants like 4 hours of your time as he gradually eats one bite of food, then looks over at you, then eats one more bite of food.
Yeah, like now that you're leaving, he's like, hey, wait, I'm not done.
Mommy's still there.
Yeah.
Maybe he's full finally.
Come on, Chubbs, let's go back to bed. Oops. Come. Yes. Come. Yay.
If you spend decades ruining Corey's life, you just might be a toxic person. So anyway, oh Jeff Foxworthy, what a ridiculous person you are. That's not funny. Where did you ever get the horrible idea that you should be a comedian? You were sick last time, Acacia, because you spent too much time traveling. Traveling always makes me sick too. Traveling's hard. Hard on the body, hard on the soul. Hard on the spirit, hard on my mole. Just, better to stay in one place, ideally. So, I'm not going to be able to stay in one place all morning, obviously. I'm going to have to go get more cigarettes at some point. And when I do, I will try to take you with me. But we will, no doubt, lose connection relatively quickly. Because I know there's a gap in the cell phone coverage between Scott Road and my house at some point. But who knows? Sometimes you get lucky and you get a little bit of bar here and there, and maybe you can go all the way to Bootjack with me. I gotta say, our phone coverage under Verizon is hella better than it was with either AT&T or T-Mobile. Verizon must be the only company that has any cell towers up out here. If in fact that's how cell towers work. I don't know if each cellular provider puts up their own towers or what, you know. It was a cold night last night. Again, got under 40, you know. But I really get the feeling like this is the last weekend of the fall, you know. I like how you guys are presumably in the same room, hanging out on separate devices. It's just a naturally occurring phenomenon, as happens with me and Rachel as well. You know, it allows each party to interact individually. That's one of the wonderful things about live streams. Okay, I stand corrected, that boy class. You are correct. No, it's not true. It's not an adjective. Well, hella better may hit the ear weird, but if it were an adjective, hella ear would make sense. It's not an adjective, it's an adverb. It just usually modifies adjectives, right? Like hella great, hella boring. Oh, you're not? Because Ruben failed to leave San Antonio? Is that what happened? You mean Acacia made it to Arizona and Ruben didn't? That is truly contratypal of you. Contratypal. That's propaganda. Okay, you could say that guy's got hella ear, but in that case, you're using ear to mean hearing, which is still a noun, but it's a gerund. But usually it's gonna modify an adjective like dumb, boring, good, great, which makes it an adverb still. So I retract my standing corrected. Okay, fair enough. In that instance, you could use it as an adjective, but I would say it's generally used more as an adverb. Do you think that you could have wicked hella or hella wicked without any other words? Oh my God. You can't have wicked hella, but you can have hella wicked. Okay? So, like, oh my God, that guy's hella wicked. But you can't say that guy's wicked hella. That doesn't make any sense. Because wicked can work as a predicate adjective, but hella cannot work as a predicate adjective. If you try to use subject linking verb hella, it doesn't make any sense. Oliver Lineham correctly points out that that's hella bullshit. Again, proving that boy's Klaus's point that it can be used as an adjective. Okay, it can. But my point is, it can't be used as a predicate adjective. Okay, you can't go. I am Hella. You can say I am Helen. That would be fine. So anyway, I think we're all in agreement here about both Hella and Wicked. Neither of which I use especially often, but I might occasionally throw out a Hella. Hella is a West Coast word. Wicked is a Boston word. Rachel and I both heard the word John, Jawn, used in the movie Quiz Lady. And of course, we're interested in that word because it's actually Philadelphia has a word. They have their own meow. Okay. And that word is John, Jawn. So that's what Johnny purportedly named himself after. which means his name is basically Miaish. His name is Miai or whatever. So I was very interesting. Are we increasing our wickedness? No, that's the question I have while we're lying here. The interesting thing is things that are wicked, they don't possess the quality of wickedness. Otherwise they wouldn't be wicked. Yeah, Miai is his name basically. Would you say we've attained wicked sex appeal by increasing it by hella magnitudes with this conversation? Anyway, in the movie, I believe the line was, "She's on a comeback, John." That's a good idea, that boy Klaus. You could go like this. Don't you think the Large Hadron Collider is hella wicked, except for the potential of opening a black hole? What do you know about predicate adjectives, girl? That'd be a good question to open with. Is like, between hella and wicked, which can be used as a predicate adjective? Excuse me? Just answer the question, please. Between hella and wicked, which one can be used as a predicate adjective and which one can't? I have no idea. See you later. I do not want anybody who can't answer my opening grammar question. This is my test when I go out to pick up on chicks. If you cannot answer this grammar question, you have no business being with me. Yes, Bufo Peregrines, I will pray for you. I do pray. I almost never pray for anybody other besides myself and Rachel. But that's because I usually just pray like, thank you, forgive me, I'll try to do better. um, but I will pray specifically for Bufo Peregrine. It sounds to me like you might be just fine and somebody's gaslighting you or fucking with your head or whatever. You're smart enough to enjoy talking with famous people. What are PUAs? I don't know what PUAs are. Is it some kind of Hawaiian dish? Puas. People up asses? Oh, pretty much, yes. People up asses is another acceptable. Pickup artists, huh? PUAs. I should do a pickup artist channel. I'll say like, look at me. Now look at my wife. How do you think I got her? With many, many skills that had made me into the king of slaying. Let me teach you how to do it. First of all, if you're not already familiar with the Large Hadron Collider, you need to read up on it. You might also call it CERN. It's in Scandinavia, Switzerland maybe, someplace like that. Chicks, nothing gets a chick hotter and wetter than discussing the Large Hadron Collider. Additionally, You're going to need to master grammar before you can really execute my plan. Okay? Because every properly picked up chick begins with her passing a short grammar test. Lessons on being a toxic perv. Well, the thing is, Eric's pickup artist channel would not give any good advice on picking up chicks. It would just be random shit that I make up. Because of a female's odd pheromone alignment, here's a little trick that can help you a great deal when you go out to pick up chicks. First of all, you're going to need to carry some kind of handbag because otherwise you won't be able to do this. But a manly handbag, one that says Black& Decker on it, for example. What you want to do is put a single pine cone inside of your handbag, and just place it down on the bar next to the girl you're going to pick up on. Women cannot resist the smell of pine cones. It's this one odd, simple, crazy trick that they don't want you to know about will land you piles and piles, stacks and stacks of pussy. John Paforker. Hi. Good morning. How are you? You're up early. Oh, I couldn't read the end of the word because um, the heart was blocking it. You know how that happens, Rachel? How the heart blocks the end of the last sentence? Actually, worthwhile men don't like pervy men. Well, here, Lamb, I'm just sharing some of my incredible pickup artist tips. Like, carry a pine cone in your handbag, and you too. You cannot need me to watch you eat anymore, Trouble. You ridiculous, ridiculous cat. You're being unfair to me. So, also, girls, because they rhyme with them, are like squirrels, which means what do they like more than anything else? If you want to really get the attention of the hottest chicks of the place, put down a little pile of sunflower seeds on the bar next to you. Just like squirrels, girls will come and try to eat the sunflower seeds. And once you've got them conditioned that you're the guy who gives sunflower seeds out, they'll just come around all safe feeling. And that's when gradually you start to pet them. And then you lead a trail of sunflower seeds back to your house. And when she gets there, you keep petting her and then gradually take her clothes off, adding ever more sunflower seeds. Before you know it, you're having sex with her. Well, not with my techniques, Hero Lamb. With my techniques, the only girl you're going to pick up on is a very, very interesting girl. With my techniques, you're going to get a girl who likes discussing the Large Hadron Collider, uh, a girl who enjoys sunflower seeds, and you're going to get a lady who can pass your grammar test. Another good way to pick up on a random girl is to say, do you think I should wear a training bra? I feel like my pecs are more like A cups. What do you think? Because it's like, I've always wondered, is it okay to leave my breasts untrained? Trouble, what could you possibly want? Meowing so mournfully at me like that. Ridiculous. Do you think I need a training bra? It really is a great pickup line. For real though, you can say whatever you want. It's 95% about convincing delivery. I'm not sure what girl would really go for. I mean, she'd have to have a pretty good sense of humor if she was like, "Yes, you can sit down next to me," after you open with, "Do you think I need a training bra?" I think 99% of women would be like, "No, you cannot sit down next to me." Okay, just wondering. Or start with this one. Open with this potentially. Um, I'm 52 and I haven't yet started my period. Do you think I should see a doctor? It's a good thing to say to a stranger when you first walk up to them. It's going to make them feel comfortable. Or, hey, I bet I've had more abortions than you. Oh, you cannot possibly want me to watch you eat again. It's like, hi, kitty. Would you like to hear my thoughts on fallopian tubes? What do you think about that? Oh, you silly, silly, horrible kitty. Why? Why can't you just not constantly want me to watch you eat? Yes, you're a very silly boy. Or here's a good question to ask. What's the maximum number of cats I could tell you I have before you were creeped out? At this point, it doesn't matter how many cats, actually. You've already succeeded in creeping me out. You want him to cuddle next to you? Well, he appears to be done eating. Are you done? Hmm? Let me move this phone. I'm sorry it's getting wet. There. That'll be better for you now. Oh, that Chihuahua. I tell you. She loves to call. It usually goes, all of her phone options. Oh, it did like it did yesterday. First we hear the house phone ring. Then I hear my phone ring. Then Rachel gets a text. This is the Chihuahua shuffle. She's got some sort of academic emergency. But we were taking a nap right when she called yesterday. So I called her back later, And I'm happy. Now Trouble wants to go outside. Of course, when Mommy wants Trouble to go and cuddle with her, what does Trouble do? He wants to go outside. No, he just wants to make me open the door for no reason and then come back inside. Because, of course, he is Trouble. Trouble. This cat. It's like he doesn't know what to do with himself. And so he just wants to like kick us in some way so that we'll move a little bit. Don't worry, the camera hasn't broken. It was just dark. Well, it's 6 in the morning. Police at my door. 6 in the morning, police at my door. It's the beginning of a NWA song. Here comes trouble. Oh, yes, she successfully squeezed through the cat door. That cat door is barely big enough for him. It's crazy. Oh, that's iced tea, not NWA? I will take your word for it. I wasn't 100% sure. I thought that probably was who it was, but I guess I was wrong. 6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeaking across the bathroom floor. Like that. I saw Ice-T in concert. But I just remember him as a big disappointment because I went to see Public Enemy. And they didn't announce until the end of this long day's worth of bullshit that iced tea and I was, okay, you know what? I've got some bad news. He's the second to last guy on this whole day of thing. I'm there to see Public Enemy. You know, the Public Enemy can't make it tonight. So I'm going to play twice as long. Fuck you, Ice-T. I didn't come here to see you. Of course, Troll's in here doing what? Scooping a bunch of sand onto the ground. I don't remember any Darlene being with him. I don't even know who that is. Oh, God. Trouble. You were just continual trouble. Okay. Are you. So before he goes to the bathroom, he scoops a whole bunch of sand out of the litter box for no reason that I can tell. Then after he goes to the bathroom, he might sometimes scoop a little bit of sand on top of it. He doesn't even know how to go to the bathroom without being a pain in the ass. That's how much trouble this cat is. I had to kick him away at least 3 or 4 times during the night last night. He continually gets himself positioned like exactly where I don't want him, like on my feet, so I can't move my feet around. Just stop bothering to try to cover it up. Oh my God. He's like scraping the side of the litter box. Like, what a tard. Your SI Polar is so tardy. Oh, God. I just can't even watch him. What are you doing? Ah, trouble. Just stop. Okay. Look at this. So this is what all that digging around accomplished. We've got all the sand all around and this completely uncovered, disgusting turd in the middle off on the side of the thing. Oh my God. Oh. Trouble. We just. Oh. Cover your turd part. Oh. I am convinced the trouble is responsible for 7/8 of all the urine and feces that go into this thing. And Capillo is responsible for 1/8 of it. I gotta pour some more litter and poop in there. It's so disgusting. Scoop all the sand back in. Or at least most of it. We'll just do the same thing again next time. Somehow this cat is part of our overall karmic karmic debt or something. Rachel and I have to pay a karmic debt by having this shockingly difficult cat. Like, there has never been a more difficult, less self-reliant cat ever in history. I'm sure, Ruben. I'm sure that's exactly what you do in your bathroom. Where you just pointlessly scoop water out of the toilet and then you just like shit on the seat. Ruben going to the bathroom. Scoop, 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 scoop water all over the floor. And then he just shits on the seat. And he doesn't even clean it really off properly. He just pours some kitty litter on it and throws it in the trash can. Well, Jeremiah thinks if if that were his inner thoughts, how am I supposed to hide my scent from predators with this stuff? Then he would go outside, right? There's nothing preventing him from going outside to go to the bathroom. Yeah, I'm sure. I think Capillo goes to the bathroom outside a lot more than Trouble does. She was trained to go to the bathroom outside from very young. It's because all it really requires to get your hands clean is the sound of water. It vibrates, sounds vibrate at a very cleaning frequency. You can go like this on either side of the water. That's a good observation. If you think I washed my hands, they're clean. So, Ruben, do you need to leave San Antonio still? Is that the issue here? You should maybe stop playing around on this live stream and start getting yourself out of the house. So, I think what I might do here in a little while, instead of going straight to the store, is I think I might end this stream shortly, then watch a cartoon, maybe take a gabapentin, and go to bed after I watch my cartoon. Then when I get up later, oh, you're at the destination. Is Acacia at the destination? Because didn't you say you're not in the same room? She's still not there yet? Oh my God. OMG. I cannot believe that SE Polar. I'm going to function bias shame you. Oh, Acacia. You should have listened to Eric. Well, I mean, Ruben, didn't you make plans to meet on a certain day and she's just like a whole day late? That's just. And the only reason is because she just couldn't quite motivate to get out of the house. Oh, that poor, poor woman with her SE polar. What a horrible polar to have. She's a whole day late. Boy, you're gonna have to make her work that off when she gets there, Ruben. She's gonna be like, I just gotta rest. I am so tired from that incredibly long, horrible drive. Oh. Well, you know. Maybe you can extend your stay a day. It would just cost you one more night of hotel room, you know. If you don't have anything urgent you gotta get back to. Hi, Boba Fett. You've got two wide open eyes today. Well, that's good. I can, you know what, Ruben, if she's listening to the live stream right now, which she might very well be while she's driving, I could play the sound of water right now, and then we can all have washed our hands. Would you like that? Let's do that real quick before I end this and follow through on my plan to take a gabapentin, watch a cartoon, and go back to bed. Right, I can put off dealing with the store thing later. Okay. There, clean as a whistle. So now everybody's hands are washed. It's kind of like Jesus washing people's feet. The metaphysical version of that, you know. Okay, everybody, I love you all, but I don't love you so much that I want to stay awake that much right now. So it's early in the morning. So I'm going to go back to bed, and I will likely, very likely, see you later. Probably Rachel and I will stream on our way to the store if we can do so, you know, later on. And arrivederci.